S100 presented by C&C Designs Custom Xfinity Series. You're going to see the same track. The cars are going to look the same, but they're not going to handle, they're not going to have the same speed, and you're not going to have the same drivers behind the wheel, as we have a whole different crowd again in the booth with me tonight. We have Robbie Racing.
Hey guys, how you doing?
And of course, I am KTaddy_Giggity, CEO of the league here, getting ready to watch this amazing race. We have our invites. The timer should be starting here soon. Give me just a second.
I don't have an invite, so I'm going to need one, please, mate.
That's fine. I'll send you a couple, and then when you get in there, just in case, send me an extra one or two. All right, yeah, so we got 4 viewers out there. I might be one of them, so we might only have 3 viewers. But yeah, custom racing at its finest at Texas. Hopefully this one goes a little bit better than the Custom Cup Series race did last night. However, it's hard telling not knowing, as these custom setups, the driver tries making them with more power, and because of that they are also more looser, and coming off 4 is really hard to handle here. All right, good talk, Robbie.
Yeah, sorry, I was just checking the chat and speaking to my drivers. Sorry about that. Yeah, so custom Xfinity. So it's 2 and 4. It's definitely going to be tricky for these guys. Hopefully they got the setups dialed in, and I'm looking forward to some side-by-side racing. I think that's definitely something we're going to see here.
Yeah, I think keys to the race here are definitely going to be side by side. Is the guy on the outside going to pinch the guy on the bottom? You know, custom's kind of more our thing. I know a little bit more about the custom racing than I would know about the sliders, just simply because I run more customs. Broadcast was told we can join, so I'm joining. So we are blue screened. I'll get you a couple invites. Anyways, so it's also going to be a lot looser. You know, we spoke about the more power in the car. That's definitely going to cause issues throughout. Hold on, as I'm still blue screening so I can get you some invites. We're going to go in and out of blue screen here for a second while I make sure he gets a couple invites, guys. Just bear with us, and then we'll be getting there to the racing. The drivers forgot to send Robbie one. All right, I sent you 3. You should have them, yeah?
Yep.
All right, so I'm joining the race now. If you could send me 1 or 2 more. Anyways, right, so looser cars, the guy on the outside, when you get put on the outside, it's not an if, it's a when. How are you going to race the guy on the inside? Are you going to pinch him down, or are you going to give him that room to come off the corner? Side draft works really well in the customs, but because of that, you have to stay closer to the drivers. And when you do that, you're not giving them room to come up, which is going to make them get really loose. And if they're turning right to correct that, they're probably going to put you in the wall. So a lot of things could happen here. Fuel strategy might come into play there in the stage 3. Tire wear is going to be a lot worse than you're seeing in the presets, as in order to go faster you have to go looser or sometimes tighter. As we see Buck Racing in the number 5, he is our race leader right now.
Still loaded.
Oh, Cody, sorry, a little too late. We're already loaded in, so kind of hard to get you into the chat party right now, but you're more than welcome, obviously, to stay in the YouTube land, watch the race with us, as Robbie and I have this one under control right now. But thank you. Buck Racing in the 5 for the NRG Motorsports, followed by the, I believe that to be the 98 car. I'm not sure who's in the 98 here in... Oh, that's the 36, not even the 90. That's Wide Open Racing for Wicked Motorsports. He's sitting in 2nd, followed by the 22 of Monster Racing. That is Cola Motorsports.
So who's going to be your pick to win this one?
Yeah, so I have no idea.
I'm going to go with, since we're not picking our own team, I'm going to go with Wide Open.
I just seen the 68 go spinning through the grass. Not sure who that was. Maybe is that Pro Memphis? That is going to be our first caution of the race.
No, that is Rowdy, I believe.
Scrolling through a little bit here. The Rowdy is in the 68. Yep, that's accurate. Night King in the 19. Puddin in the 6. 10 of Acceptance. 98 of Name Untaken. Pro Memphis is in the 08. If I got to pick a winner, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 2 picks. I gave you the driver I think that's going to win, and I'll give you maybe like an underdog pick here. I think McLovin's going to be our race winner in the 7 car. He's got race winning car week in, week out. Him or the 22 of Monster. Those are the two that I think are probably going to be the top 2 cars. But the underdog pick here that I'm going to go with is the 18 team captain for the Canucks. I think that Edtho is going to put some doubters at ease here, as I think he's going to have his best run of the season so far in that 18 car.
Yeah, it's good to see Edtho back. He was away for a while, and he seems to be doing alright this season. I can't remember if he's actually under control or if he's got his wheel yet. I know he said something about it.
I know that he's got a wheel, but I don't know what he's driving on tonight. So Edtho, as we speak of him, he gets into the rear end of the 22 just a little bit as they go through turns 3 and 4. 22 way up to the top. Edtho coming into second. Here comes the 07 of Billy Holcomb to the inside of the 18. 22 being on the outside is going to lose some ground as the 18 looks like he's trying to get to the outside of the 5 car. That would be for your race lead. Unsuccessful.
Yeah,
oh, go ahead.
These guys definitely showing a bit more aggression than what we often see in the preset race. I just hope they remember, you know, this is only the first stage. As I say, that's 21 actually going flying in there. But yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting race without a doubt.
And there we see Puddin got loose. The 10 got loose. The 10 of Acceptness, he's wrecking in the back. He catches the wall, but keeps it going straight. Everybody's still going. Race is still green. The 7 of McLovin is now your race leader, followed by him is the 44 car. Trying to figure out who that is. Trump 2020 is the 44 car. He's a rookie to the series. I believe this to be his first race here tonight. Going through the field, man, this action is crazy. Yeah, you're talking about how there's a lot more aggressive driving here. I don't necessarily think that it's aggressive. I just think that with the customs, you can build the car, you drop the ride height, front and rear end of the ride height, you can adjust the front weight, all that type of stuff to these cars. And because of that, it allows the car to suck up to the car in front of it a lot quicker than what you're seeing in the presets. So the runs that you get with the draft is remarkable, as we see Edtho smash the wall and go into the grass, coming off 4. 19 going to the inside of the 98, 3, 4 wide, 5 into the wall. 19 of Night King looks to blow the 98, and he's going to take P5 as we still have the 9 on the outside. That is Coach Matt, I believe. 19 takes P4 now with Billy Holcomb in the 07 pushing him, as the top 3 drivers are just pulling away right now. That is McLovin, the 44 of Trump, and wide open in the 35.
36.
To anybody out there, Dark Humor, I'm glad you said that. U44 car has an ugly name. To each their own. Everybody has their own beliefs on politics. We're not going to get into politics. 44, he's a Trump supporter. He has all the right in the world to have that name on there, as well as other people have the right to not like Trump. So to each their own. Let's not bring that up in the chats, please. Cole Motorsports out there. Cody's still out there. Push to the brink. He's tuned in. Thank you guys all for tuning in. This should be a really, really good race. 21 have got Nub now to the inside of the 9 cars. He's looking for P5. That's another driver that since he's joined this series, that 21 car has been on a tear. I think he has an average finish of like 3rd. Puddin is in the orange car. Very easy to tell when you see him on the screen where he's at, as he is in that Whataburger Chevy Camaro. Battle for the lead up front. Looks like McLovin is now falling to 3rd. Is wide open as the race leader. Trump still sitting in 2nd, but the positions have swapped. McLovin at the inside of the 44 car. This is for 2nd place. I am a little surprised though that the 44 car is the 44 car. Having that driver on their team, you'd think that they would drop the 44 and maybe pick up the 47 car. All right, good talk, Robbie. as the 35 wide open seems to be pulling away from the 7 and the 44, as those guys were battling side by side for a second, which is also allowing the 19 of Night King, the 21 of Gottnub, and the 07 of Billy Holcomb to be able to reel them in slightly. They really need to work together instead of fighting each other if they want to be able to pull away from the rest of this pack. 44 goes really wide on the exit of the corner, but the draft will suck him back up to the rear end of that 7. Scrolling through your field here a little bit, we have the 22 of Monster racing back here. Surprised that we haven't seen Mrs. Monster in the YouTube land yet.
I think within the next few laps we're definitely going to see who's got the car built for the long run and who's actually got the car built for the short run. As I can see, some of these cars already getting a little bit loose coming out turn 4.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, you know. I never dealt with that issue last night. Is like the setup that I had, it was really on the long runs the car got tighter. The shorter the run was, the more I had to be nursing it kind of through turns 3 and 4, especially on the exit of 4. But as the run got longer, I started getting, if I was loose at all, it was loose off of turn 2. But it seemed to be really, really tight off turn 4 actually.
It's definitely one of those things that I do say quite often, and that is, you know, make sure when you're making a custom setup, you test it on the full fuel run. And tracks like Texas, you definitely have to make sure it doesn't get loose. You have to test multiple lines. I mean, especially when you're running on your own, it's no good just doing a racing line over and over and over. And to make sure you're doing all the lines, because you never know what's going to happen on the track. And when you're racing in a pack, you're not always going to have that racing line there. It's not always going to be an option, so you definitely have to do some proper testing when you're making these custom setups.
Yeah, I agree completely actually. Sorry, I had a Dankate out there in YouTube land. Thanks for tuning in, bud. Pretty good battle up here as the 7 and the 44 have now caught the 36 of wide open. So we got the 3-car battle again for the lead. McLovin, I mean, that's my pick here. And to anybody out there that says that I don't like Team Nelco, McLovin drives for them and I picked them. So definitely respect is given where respect is due. And Team Nelco, they just have fast machines everywhere they go. So no shocker to see the 7 car sitting here in the top 3. Really surprising to see that 44 up front. Not because he doesn't have the talent, just because him being a rookie, and I have not seen enough of him to really know what to expect out of him. The 7 pushing the 44 through the corner there. Looks like he's telling him to go a little bit faster.
Just watching the 98, I think that's the name of the take, and he's loose coming through 2 and 4. So hopefully you can get some adjustments in when we finish the stage here and sort of tighten that up a little bit.
Yeah, I've been seeing actually up here up front this McLovin car on exit of 2. It looks like he's starting to get a little bit loose, but he's still handling turns 4 pretty well to this point. But of the top 3 cars, the one car that actually seems to have the best handling machine coming off of 4 is that 44, as he seems to be able to hold the lower line better than the rest of the other 2. As you guys seen it right there live, that time the 7 got really, really loose coming off of turn 2. Same as you were saying, something's got to be done to tighten it up. It's a really fine line, you know. Name Untaken being loose off both corners, he can make a little bit of a wedge adjustment and correct that. Whereas when you're only loose off one corner and not the other, it becomes a lot trickier. It's more of your base setup. Looks like that was the stage wide open. Trump and McLovin finishing 1, 2, 3. We're going to see the adjustments get made now, and or lack of adjustments, and same people struggling. But yeah, definitely.
They did do a bad job, really. I mean, you see a few of them get loose towards the end of the stage there, but you know, if you've got your tyre pressures a little bit too high on the right side, that's going to happen as well. That could be a factor. So it's not always a case of just adding a bit of wedge. You know, tyre pressures definitely come into play as well.
Yo, yeah. Back to what I was saying though, you know, if you're only loose off one corner and not the other, this becomes a really hard pit stop to try to figure out how you're going to adjust that, because quite frankly you've had all week to figure out how to adjust and fix that corner, and you probably at this point have decided to just bear with it, as you know, the few pit road adjustments that you're able to make here probably aren't going to be good enough to be able to fix one corner without messing up the other one, and so you're kind of at this point and stage in the race, you're at the mercy of whatever your base setup already was. Back to green flag here, the 36 of wide open racing on the inside. He takes the green flag, 44 on the outside, 7 on the inside, 7 catches the apron. 44 tried giving him a pinch, doesn't look like that's going to be successful. The 07 of Billy Holcomb now, he's the inside, the 7 cuts him off, and he's trying to hold the position. And the 21 of Got Nub has got to be sick and tired of seeing those two cars. Week in, week out, he's racing either the 7 or the 07. This time he's got both the 7 and the 07 in front of him. As I say that, 7 catches the wall. He spins out in front of the rest of the field. Don't be surprised if that's our first caution of the race. Or I guess that would be our second. I don't see the caution flag yet. There we go. There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
And all of these cars just wrecked.
Yeah, everybody just died. Sorry, I know I'm not very chatty, but it is quite late over here. I am getting a little bit tired, but I will be here for the rest of this race, and then after that I am definitely going to bed.
Yeah, luckily for all you viewers at home, you only got to listen to him for about another 30 minutes.
If that.
Everybody that was just involved in that incident is hating it here right now. You see a lot of damage on the 44, the 5. Looks like the only 3 cars, I believe, actually made it through that. Puddin is flying through the air and texting. Breaking news, if you would stop texting while racing, you might not be flying through the air. Wicked Gatekeeper out there speaking to you, Robbie, as he asked if you need a spot of tea, maybe a crumpet.
Yeah, I do. So get the kettle on.
Our leader here now, the bright yellow car, number 19, that's Night King. As the 10 just decided that he did not want anybody getting below him and just put the 98 right down on the apron, cutting his nose off on the entrance too. Absolutely horrible move there out of the 10, but the 10 did keep the position and the 98 did give way without wrecking, luckily. So Night King in first, Acceptness in second. I'm seeing a little bit of lag out of the 10 as well. 98 in third, 21 in fourth, and looks like the 9 in fifth. And I see a lot of grass. Well, I guess it was dirt flying. I'm not sure who went through the grass, but I know that they're not under caution.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of dirt flying around, and not only dirt, but also a few cars as well.
Dean's out there. He's here so that he doesn't get parked, fined, or demoted. I was thinking about promoting you. Apparently your team captain had a different opinion. Right, so Dark Humor out there, texting and driving's bad and okay, I agree. Pro 75 tuning in, thank you for that. 19 is underfunded. He went sponsorless tonight. That's unfortunate there for that Night King. Oh, a lot of cars got loose off 2 there as they get ready to go 3 wide into 3. That's a horrible idea. But looks like so far to this point they all seem to hang on to it. 9 and the 44 battling for, I believe that to be 3rd place. Yes.
Buddy.
22 cars starting to look a little loose, coming off 2 already. A little too early for that.
Definitely a lot of cars getting a little bit squirrely. Hopefully they can hold on to it.
Yeah, I really think that the issue there is, like we were speaking before, it's in traffic. You know, everybody practices how to run the line with the setup, the line that is designated. But when you get side by side with somebody, you're not always in the line that you prefer, and because of that, if you didn't practice it well enough, you are probably going to start getting loose because you're just not accustomed to how to run that line. As we see the 2 Color Motorsports drivers side by side, the 22 and the 98, 2 Fords, with the one-handed Got Nub trying to get to the inside of both of them. Going to try to get back up front here as the battle for the lead is picking up. Well, there we go. The 10 is now in the lead, the 19 to the inside of the 10. This is 4P1. The 44 is sitting in 3rd, followed by the 9 of Coach Matt and the 7 of McLovin, rounding out your top 5 at this point. '19 got the lead, the 44 now to the inside of the 19. This is still for the lead, and here comes the 9 of Coach Matt. I'm not 100% certain, but I would assume that the 9 is also Team Noco, as the 9 and the 7 both JRM cars. I'm not certain on that, but that's just an assumption. They single out. Oh, the 10 hard into the wall. The 9 going flying through the grass and right back up onto the track. That's unfortunate. And then back into the grass. The 10 died again as he just went head on into the wall. And 9 is going back up the track in the corner. Oh, the caution's out. That's why. Cola, that's your driver in the 22. You should know that's Monster Racing. That is not from the back. Dark Humor, I'm not going to lie. I did hear that sponsors tend to go with people that win, so that probably would help him.
So with the sponsor we have for this series, what is it they actually do?
C&C Designs, right? Yeah, so while we're under caution, that's a really good time to bring that up. First off, for all your giggity racing and apparel, clothing and apparel, go to C&C Designs. We have a Facebook for it. If you guys are interested, let us know. We'll get you tuned in there. Basically, anything you want, shirts, tumblers, keychains, any of that type of stuff. If you would like to have it, it doesn't have to necessarily just be Giggity Racing League stuff. Anything custom that you want at all. Maybe you want a picture of your dog on a hoodie. Go ahead and contact them, and they'll get that ordered for you. They'll get it made up and get it ordered to you. Back to the racing here. We got the 22 of Monster Racing. Actually just took the lead, and the 9 car just died again. That might have been a horrific accident. I don't see a caution for it, though, to this point. Trying to get back up the front.
I thought a caution was going to come out.
That was a hard hit.
Yeah, I think the 9 got caught up with, I'm not sure who it is, I know it was a white car. It's currently sitting in about 7th or 8th now. Got caught up with him and got squeezed down on the apron, and that caused him to shoot up the track.
Yeah, and the 9 now in danger of going a lap down with lots of damage, and the whole front of the field coming. Going to try to find the 9 and ride along with him, make sure that there's no retaliation here. Doesn't look like it. Looks like just with all that damage, there's not a whole lot that he can do. I do think it was a racing incident on a restart, but that happens. As you guys can see on your monitors right now, that 9 car has lots of damage. The 22 gets loose up there in the front. The 21 of Got Nub is now your race leader, but looks like he's under fire there from a few other cars. And the 9 and the 98 make contact. 9 goes shooting up the track. 98 and 19 make contact.
Earlier. The 9 and the 98.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yep.
Apparently the 10 is lagging. No surprise there. Dean says that his Titan 42069 makes it so that he doesn't need a setup to be fast. Well, that Titan doesn't seem to be working because you're really not that fast. I'm just kidding, bud. No, definitely those guys are having a good time, except for the arguing with each other in the chat. At least they're tuning in and watching.
Facts.
Actually, a little surprised. We had 17 viewers for the presets. We got 15 here for the custom. So usually it's really, really lopsided on preset viewers over customs, but it seems to be pretty even here tonight. Are they under caution? Yes, they are.
No, I don't. Oh, it's a stage end, isn't it?
I would assume so, but I have no idea. If so, then Got Nub won the stage.
Good job, buddy. I like him, he's really funny.
I would shake his hand, but, right. So, oh man, had to. That was stage 2, yeah? So we're on stage 3 now?
Yeah.
Well, pole sitter now sitting in second as we enter stage 3 as he's on the outside of the 21 of Nub. Then you have the 44 of Trump, 22 of Monster, and the 07 of Billy Holcomb. Also, here comes the 18 and 6. That's Ed, though. He's made his way back to the front. And they're back underway here in stage 3. This is where it all matters. Expect the give and take to go out the window and it just to be a take part now.
Definitely going to be some interesting racing here. Definitely going to have some 2 and 3 wide going on.
Possibly 4, 5, 7 1. 07 gets into the side of the 5. That makes the 18, the 07. Those guys are side by side now for P3. 18 comes in. The 68's wrecking. The 10, the 4 or 5 cars involved there. And what happened was the 68 just caught the wall on exit and kind of shot back down, and it took out that second part of the field. However, I didn't see a lot of spinning, just a lot of cars going through the grass, so unfortunately I don't see a caution. 19 of Night King, he gets really loose off too, as he's now into the inside wall. Those drivers that were involved in all of these incidents are not having a good time, especially without the caution. That all but takes them out of this race, barring another caution coming out here soon. But the 44 car is enjoying everything right now and hoping that these guys second on back continue to start racing side by side so that he can try to walk off here. The grass is a suggestion line. I suggest that you don't use it, but some of these drivers are deciding that they want to use it. To each their own. Alright, so McLovin is not in this top group. I would say out of these top 6, without a caution, it's going to come down to one of them being our race winner. Who do you have at this point, Robbie?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Top 6 cars, which one are you picking as your winner?
The 07. I know we're not supposed to pick our own drivers, but I'm going to pick my own driver.
So you cheated?
Yeah.
Huh.
I make the rules.
Rowdy, we don't do that in this chat. That's enough of that, period. This 44 car, man, he's looking strong. Him and the 21. I know, you're not supposed to pick your own cars. Technically, none of them are my cars, as I'm not a team captain. I'm just a driver. But the 21, he's looked strong all night. The 44, he's been in the top 3 absolutely all night. And even though he's a rookie, and I believe this to be his first race, he's looking really, really good up there as he's on the point right now in P1. Riding along with second place simply so that the first place's name is not showing on the screen. Again, trying to keep the politics out of it just a hair. Top 4 getting themselves a little separation from the 07 and the 18. Not sure what's going on. 21 to the inside of the 44. This is for the lead. All of the rest of them have decided to go with him as the 5 of Buck and the 22 of Monster have gone to the inside. They are going to clear the 44 coming off of 4, barring somebody getting loose. Looks like they all handle it pretty good. 21 now to the lead with Buck Racing sitting in second. 44 just spun out on the outside by himself. I'm not sure what happened there.
He took a shot from the 07.
Oh, so your pick taken out my pick?
Yeah.
Awesome. Sorry. He's hating it here right now.
Yeah. I think they all are.
Not the 21, the 5, and the 22 right now. They're enjoying it.
Yeah, it seems to be good. Some good racing going on up there.
Yeah, the leaders are, they're doing a great job. I'm not so sure how the 07 and the 18 are losing these guys. It looks like the 07's a little loose coming off turn 2, but through turns 4, it looks like they're pretty good. The 5 of Buck going to the inside of the 21 right now. 3 different manufacturers, 3 different teams, all battling for the lead right now as we have the Mopower Motorsports, the KMS, and Cola Motorsports all fighting 1, 2, 3 right now for the P1. All right, good talk.
Sorry, bud.
I want to stick with these leaders. This is really good racing here for the first for P1.
You stick with those guys, and I'll just keep flicking through the pack. That's what I've been doing this whole time, just flicking through and just making sure everything's okay and making sure everybody's being respectful.
Breaking news: Robbie's a flecka.
With an A.
Right, 22 of Monster Racing out of the inside of the 5. This is for the lead. It seems like whoever gets to the lead, they're trying so hard to make sure that they don't get loose, that they're opening up that bottom and making it really easy for the car behind them to get the lead. As I say that the 22 of Monster gets the lead, looks like he left a groove, and here comes the 21 trying to fill the hole. I don't think he's going to be up side by side with him at this point, but the 5 now looking to the inside of the 21. He falls back in line. The 07 of Billy Holcomb getting a little bit of a gap over the 18 car. That he's in 4th. He's trying to get the sniff of the draft for these top 3, and as long as they keep battling, he should be able to get there. Mo Cola Power Motorsports. I don't even like that name. Cole, you're going to have to get something better than that.
I think we're going to be caution free from here on out. All these cars are all spread out now, and I'm not sure if there's actually some pit strategy that might come into play.
If they go down pit road, I would assume that means there's pit strategy.
Fuel save.
And that is why you only see the 07 up front, as the 68 and the 08 are already backing down into the Robbie gears, saving as much as... No, I'm just kidding. Dean, I would agree that that's exactly what you should do. Otherwise, that's how you get parked, fined, and demoted. These top 3 are separating a little bit, not quite as close nose to tail as they were before, but a lot of that has to do with, as we get into the later runs, some of these guys are starting to get a little bit looser than they were before, and all of this is playing in the favor of that 07. As you can see, that white car sitting in 4th is catching these top 3. He's much closer than he was before, and if that 5 keeps falling off, then the 07 will get that sniff of that draft that he needs to suck him right up to these guys. And looks like the 18 going under fire from, I believe that's going to be the 08 back there for 5th. Not really sure, and I don't want to cycle through. I want to keep you guys on the leaders the best we can. This battling up here amongst these top 3 has been phenomenal. 21, I don't know if he got loose or he's looking to the inside of the 22. Either way, he puts his nose back behind the 22 and decides to just fall in line. They are seeming to catch some lap traffic, the guys that were involved in the incidents earlier. Robbie, over to you.
Yeah, I've just been looking through here, and like you said, you know, most of the action's actually been up front with the top 3, and then you got the 07 of Billy Holcomb slowly catching them. But it's good to see some green flag racing going on now, and these guys seems like they've calmed themselves down a little bit, and I think some of them probably looking for their teammates and trying to work with whoever they can really to work some draft. I don't really see many drivers actually getting too loose, which is really good to see. I've seen Acceptness in the 10, he's on pit road. Looks like he's got some engine failure going on. I think Neyman taking these, the only one who's looking a little bit squirrely.
21 just moved the 22 for the lead. The 5 also gets the inside of the 22. 21 of Got Nub is now your race leader. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, you're alright, buddy.
These guys are definitely lapping some cars now as they're going around the, I believe that to be the 7 of Mick Lovin, who still has lots of damage. He's just coming off pit road. That's unfortunate. He's hating it here. Sorry, not sorry. That's what I meant to say, Dean. I believe that to be Puddin that they're catching up to, mostly because it's a bright orange car, and well, Puddin's the only one in a bright orange car.
Running that Puddin line, isn't he?
Hello, I like donuts. Yeah, Puddin in his Puddin line. He's kind of got his own thing. To each their own. Yeah, Puddin's not even come close to that apron. You can see it through the corners that, I mean, those top three of the leaders are well lower than he is in the corners. However, on exit, Puddin's finally at the bottom where everybody else is working their way back to the top. I think at this point now he's just pulling over, basically letting the leaders go. Ooh, 22 got really tight as the 6 was coming down. That was almost bad news.
The 07 slowly catching. I bet he's probably getting a little bit frustrated because he's got a 3-car pack ahead of him and he's got absolutely nobody to work with.
Yeah, so what keeps happening to him is the top 3 here and there, they start getting side by side, and when they do, the 07 catches. I think that he's actually running on pace with them even though they're drafting, but while they're single file, he just can't get to them. Is there a caution out?
Yeah, that's a caution.
Well, that's going to change things.
Not too sure what happened there.
There's a donut on the track. I'm trying to... The 7 McLovin is on pit road. We just seen him on pit road. I don't know. Doesn't look like he's moving. Engine failures for Team NOCO. That's unfortunate.
I don't really see anybody with any light new damage or anything. I mean, the 19 already had damage. And Lovin, like I said, he's on pit road.
Cola, just so you know, Sources is spelled S-O-U-R-C-E-S. There's not that many S's in Sources. 21 of Gotnub is our race leader. Apparently the 19 says that McLovin wrecking him is what caused that caution, and then the 7 backed out. I didn't see it on the broadcast, so that'll be an interesting video clip for me to receive here later. Ooh, the 98 and the 07 make contact, both of them hard into their into the walls. That's unfortunate. You hate to see that for Billy Holcomb as he's been running up front. Right now, though, the 21 of Gotnub is up front and no caution coming out for that incident. That's unfortunate. But the driver that's enjoying this the most is that 9 of Coach Matt, as it looks like he's either, I believe him to be on the lead lap, so that would put him in P4. Dean, that is correctly how you spell that. Thank you for showing Cola how to spell that word. 19 was involved, Puddin was involved. Man, that's unfortunate to see all these guys that they just can't seem to catch a break with all the carnage. Sorry about that.
You're alright, bud.
Back to the front, the 21, the 5, the 22, same top 3, different 4th places. The 98 and the 18 now sitting in 5th and 6th. So Team Soda Pop Motorsports has 2 drivers in the top 5 at this point in time. You have a KMS driver in the lead. 2nd place is NRG Motorsports, and 4th is NOCO. So with a Canuck sitting in 6th.
Who was your pick to win?
Well, I'd said the 21 was always somebody to watch, but I had McLovin and then Edtho was the underdog. But I'd said the 21 and the 7 were the 2 cars that always running up front, and that's still happening. Sorry, no, I didn't say the 21. I said the 22 and the 7 always up front, and then I said Edtho as my underdog pick. .22 at this point in time going underneath the 5, and the 9 is now sniffing that draft. The 22, the 5, and the 9 are going to have to start working together and stop racing, though, if they're going to catch that 21. I'm assuming they're coming down to the end of the race, but I don't know how many laps are left.
If somebody out there in YouTube land can find out for us how many laps are left, that'd be awesome.
I mean, I could go see if I can find another sub if I have a sub that's maybe broadcasting the race. don't know as if I have any of these guys though. And of course, Pud never actually broadcast his own race. And the answer is no. All the drivers that I have that are in this race that are broadcasting, the most recent one of them was like 10 months ago that they broadcasted.
Oh, awesome.
Dean, okay, I'm glad you know Matt, how to spell things. You just are not very good at the math aspect of it. Ty of Hazard out there cheering for Etho for a Canucks sweep as the 22 now Monster Racing is our race leader. Buck sitting in second, got Nub in third, and Coach Matt here in fourth, trying to get into P3s. A little surprised that he didn't actually, wasn't close enough to the 5 to be able to follow and get third right there. But now he's making the move, coming off 4. He's trying to get that position. Should get it after being able to fall into this draft. Those two are going to have to be careful not to keep racing side by side or they're going to lose the draft as the 22 and the 5 are hooked up. Buck has a fast car. He sat on the pole here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and he's all over the tail of that 22 car trying to get NRG a win. I really wish I knew how many laps were left.
Yeah, you and me both.
I wouldn't assume there's too many left. I do think that that caution took away the pit stop, green flag pit stop aspect of it, as we'd seen a couple cars already pitting. So that helped the leaders not having to. The 5 is trying hard though. He's not being patient whatsoever riding behind that 22 as he's to the inside of him right now. Buck is the new leader. I'd have to assume this race is coming to an end with how hard they're battling up here for these top spots.
Same at the back as well, some hard battling at the back.
22 into the grass just a hair as he was trying to shortcut the front chute there. 5 gets a little bit of gap. 9's still following in third. 9's looking to the inside of the 22, unable to, not close enough. 22 sucked right up to the 5. Is he going to try to make a move here? Nope. I just don't think he's close enough just yet. The 07 of Billy Holcomb goes from one of the top 5 drivers to now he's in danger of going a lap down. And realistically, barring a caution with or without going a lap down, either way, he's in trouble here. The 5 got pretty good separation there from the 22. Maybe the 22 set back so you can get a good run at the end. It's really difficult to do this not knowing how many laps are left because we got to treat every lap at this point almost like it's the last one. They have calmed down up front, so assuming that they probably at least 5 to 10 laps left, but I have no idea. As the 07 of Billy Holcomb goes to the outside, lets these top 4 go on by. 07 into the wall. Oof. 9 gets loose on exit, almost collect the 21. They save it, they're still going, but they just lost a lot of ground to the 5 and the 22. It looks like it's going to come down to those 2 cars at this point in time unless the 9 and the 21 can get working together and use that draft to catch up.
Yes, you know, at least they're got some green maps going on, and it is hard to talk about when it's just green flag race.
Is the 22 out of fuel? 22's on pit road. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but the 22 just pulled off. There's 56 laps in the 3rd stage. That's how many laps are still left, bro? Oh, okay. He said there's 10 to go or so. You just confused me. That's really strange to see. Man, you'd assume with that caution that come out that these guys would have taken the tires and the fuel that they needed to get to the end. Maybe they were just outside the window. And boy, that could wreak havoc here on who wins this race. That is a bold move. Wicked, I agree completely. I didn't see that one coming. I just assumed they were good to go. Was that the race? Oh, nope, they're still going.
That 07's got a ton of damage.
The 9's going to the outside to take the lead from the 5. What a move by the 9 car. Especially if he can pull it off. Oh, and he does. He clears the 5. What a move. I wonder if maybe the 5's backed it down to save fuel. I don't know why these guys are so close on fuel unless that caution come just outside of their fuel mileage window. But man, this is crazy. That would explain why, you know, if they were close, that would be why the 9 wasn't even trying to make moves before. He was just riding in the draft saving. I can't tell, are they even up to speed right now?
Everything seems okay in the back. I mean, they're still running at full speed.
I mean, yeah, I guess they are, but now the 5's sitting behind the 9. Man, this is crazy. They got to be getting down to the end. That's got me shocked what happened there with the 22 car. Well, anyway, still 3-car breakaway here for the lead. 4th place is way back. I don't even know who it is. Maybe the 44 car.
Yeah, I've been checking out the back here with I think it's 44, the 98, the 08 and the 36.
Whatever's going on here, the 9 is walking off from the 5 and the 21. If they're saving, again, the 9 was able to when he was just riding behind those guys while they were battling for so long. So, awesome strategy there by the 9. Pro said that he still thinks all the leaders have to pit. So, this is something. It did end up coming down to fuel strategy. That might have been a move of the race then by Monster to pit short when he did. We all seen what happened in the last one. When you're the first car to pit, you can gain a lot of ground. It might come down to if you can take a splash and go and no tires, or if you're going to have to take at least right sides. But I know I myself, I was having an issue. My left sides were wearing almost as bad as the right sides. So if you could take a splash and go compared to a 4-tire stop, man, that would be crazy how much of a lead you could gain here. Per sources, now that it has come down to a fuel strategy game, the Shin Motorsports drivers are not out of this race.
No.
Sorry, had to.
The 08 of Pro Memphis on the pit road, he come through turn 3 and 4, and I think he was coming down to pit road and took a shot from the 22, and then he left the race after that, I believe.
The 08 or the 22?
He took a shot from the 22. The 08 took a shot from the 22, but you know, the 08, he didn't pit that, he was coming to pit road, so that's sort of on him, do you know what I mean? You got to make sure that you are indicating that you come down to the pit road.
No, I was asking, so the 08 backed out of the race after?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be mad about that, but yeah, if you don't signify that you're going to pit, and then all of a sudden there's a car behind you and you just lock your brakes, how are they supposed to know that that was your game plan and avoid you without wrecking themselves? Kind of the same as coming off pit road. You know, when you come off pit road, you're going so much slower than other people. You got to hold it down to the bottom. If you just, you know, somebody's going full speed and you just shoot up in front of them, what are they supposed to do? They're not going to wreck themselves trying to avoid you. You know, they're going to probably try to slow down and not kill both of you, but there's just not much you can do in those scenarios. These top three still battling pretty good.
Yeah, I've just hopped back on board with that. I've been missing all the action because I've been flicking through and Not really seen too much, really. Everybody's just sort of on their own, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Also, I wasn't listening, so I'm just agreeing.
Yeah, just say yeah.
Yeah. 21 has gotten around the 5. He's now sitting in second. Man, they've got to be coming down pit road soon. We were assuming there was 5 to 10 laps left 20 laps ago. This might be the longest third stage for an Xfinity race ever.
Yeah, this does seem like it's going on forever.
Now, on a positive note, we know they're in the third stage, and they've run a lot of laps, so it's got to be coming down to the end. Really, really, we need people to start streaming their races so we can find that stuff out.
Yeah. That's another thing as well, you know, when we do have issues on the track, and it's no good, like, screaming and shouting and saying, oh, someone did this, that, and the other. Broadcast your races or clip your issues. Make sure you send them over to the team.
Oh, 5 in the wall hard.
Ooh.
Oh, the 21. He was collected in it and just went flying down pit road. I believe the 21 to have a speeding penalty now. The 5 just got rear-ended by the 36. I think that brought out a caution.
Or the end of the race.
I don't think so. I don't think they crossed the line before they all started slowing up. If that is a caution, that is really going to hurt the 22 car who's a lap down, because the 21 just went flying down pit road, is going to get 4 fresh tires and the fuel that he needs to make it to the end, and will not have to pit under this caution because he was already on pit road.
I bet the 08's kicking himself now.
Coach Matt said that his tire blew.
Oh man, he was definitely pushing it in. That's it.
That was the end of the race. Wow.
Yep.
So I believe the 9 car might have just won. Fastest lap of the race goes to the 44 car, followed by Wide
Good
Open.
job, buddy.
And then Coach Matt with the 3rd fastest lap. I believe Coach Matt got the W though. If anybody could tell me who won this race.
Yeah, that would be awesome. My phone's dead now.
Coach Matt did win, so if you could invite Coach Matt.
Yep, it's been a while since I spoke to him. Team Noco, isn't he?
Yeah.
Invite sent.
All right.
So, here he is.
He's already in here? Alright, hey, Coach Matt, you got your voice set to always loud?
Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah, I got it set.
Alright, crazy finish. Run us through the, I seen some of the cars were pitting. The 22 car, he pulled off, he pit. He must not have assumed he could make it to the end. Were you saving fuel? Is that why you were riding behind those top 3 for so long?
Yeah, fuel and tire. I blew a tire coming out of the 4, and I know the 5 car's not happy with me, but that's not something I can control. He was right next to me, and I thought we were going to run to the finish, but I had a 1% of my tire coming out of 3. Didn't think a caution would come to the result, thinking, you know, if a 1 or 2 car thing. Bumped off each other, I went sliding through the grass. And so, it sucks, you know, for him, obviously. I mean, I always thought Buck was cool. I get he's not happy with me right now. We'll talk about it, but that definitely was not intentional at all. I thought I was done whenever I went through the grass. I didn't think a caution would come out. I didn't think I was going to make it across the line. So, I mean, it's cool that I got a win. Didn't want to get it like that. And I hate that it happened to him. And like I said, I know he's not happy with me, but like I said, tire blew, man. Nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That was really good racing. Overall, I thought that you guys just put on a great show. A lot better than the Custom Cup race last night. So you guys definitely had your handling down. That racing between you, Buck, Monster, and Got Nub was some of the best racing of the week. How'd you enjoy it out there?
I mean, I thought that racing was fine. Definitely wasn't happy with what happened in stage 1 and stage 2. I mean, if you couldn't tell, I was nowhere near the front.
You had a lot of damage in the stages, yeah.
yeah, I had guys, bounce off the wall in 4. I kept getting run up the track and felt like I was getting dive bombed. And I'm not going to, throw out names or anything. I'll definitely discuss that with my captain just to avoid any kind of drama or anything. But it took me a while to get to the front, and when I got there, I thought I was, able to show what my car had. I've been working on it all week, and it came down to fuel saving. I noticed that we were right on the line, and actually, I think we're about a lap short. And my car started stuttering and blew a tire coming out of 4. So would have been just short had anybody been able to save enough. But definitely crazy. I mean, I thought it was fun, up until that point where the incident occurred. But I mean, we were back and forth swapping positions, using each other to try and save as much as we could. I mean, we were definitely playing games and stuff. I had I would sit there and try and coast in the corners, and so would they. Like, it was a lot of cat and mouse and monkey see, monkey do type of thing, where it's like, what are they doing that I can use to my advantage? And there was like 3 to go. I mean, everybody's like, we were still short, but everybody still decided to go ahead and send it. It was crazy. Definitely an exciting finish. I mean, either side of that, I'll wound up on, whether I was the one that finished second, third, or whatever. I would have enjoyed it, but still, I mean, it was insane. Definitely nerve-wracking for sure.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've been able to talk to you up here in Victory Circle, and Stage 3 felt like it took 9 months to finish, so you guys might have actually just produced another 15 cars out there. Not sure. Robbie, over to you.
Hello, mate. Long time no speak. How you been?
It's been a minute. Just been trying to put work in, keep my head down, and been working a lot too. I teach, so I don't get to be on as much as I used to, but enjoying it.
I'll tell you what, there's definitely been a big change in your driving coming from last season to this season. Definitely made a massive improvement in your driving, and it just goes to show tonight you showed patience and maybe pushed the car a bit too hard, blowing a tyre at the end there, but sometimes that's a gamble that you have to take, and I just got to say congratulations on your win, and well deserved.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I think this right here was the first league that I've started. I mean, I'm in a couple more now, but I really didn't start racing in this game, until like late February, I think, and then just started messing with customs like 2 or 3 months ago. So it's definitely, new, but I mean, I'm learning. I'll pick it up as much as I can. I work with McLovin Racing a lot. He's showing me the ropes and helping me out. We practice together all the time, and he was helping me, get things tuned in. He's got to the point now where, he's like, I'll give you hints here and there, and you can bounce questions off me, but I'm not giving you anything. Like, you've got to figure it out yourself. So I'm going to learn. So definitely appreciate him pushing me there. And being Team NOCO, I mean, I'm not in the funniest of moods or happiest moods right now, just because I feel bad about the incident. But the Back Alley Bakery, Cocoa Mountains Golf Resort, Outside Line Podcast, shout out. But yeah, definitely been working to improve. I remember we were putting in work in Atlanta. You were trying to help me out for like a hot seat in like one of the cup races or something, and I was loose and all over the place and couldn't control it and having a hard time. But definitely figured some stuff out since then.
Well, just keep doing what you're doing, buddy, and same again, congratulations on your win, and hopefully pull in some more victories this season.
Yeah, I hope so. The start of the season, I definitely struggled. I had some other things that I was doing that I eventually just quit because I wasn't really enjoying my time over there, and it was taken away from any kind of time I was putting in on Thursdays for this league here. So I've the past couple weeks, because I think I had a solid day at Road America. I definitely struggled, could have done better, but I've been putting in more work, strictly for Giggity, and it's paid off. So.
You've heard it here live. The young grasshopper has become the coach, Matt, at Texas Motor Speedway. Congratulations on the victory, man, and looking forward to seeing you on track next week as we go to Bristol Motor Speedway, some short track racing.
All right, I appreciate it, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. That is going to conclude the night here for the Xfinity Series at Texas, preset and customs. As always, both put on a great show. Come down to a pop tire at the end of the race, deciding who is going to win and who is going to finish second, third, fourth. But at the end of the night, Coach Matt brings home the victory in the 9 car, as well as, who is it won the first race?
I can't remember now.
It's been a long
been a
night
long
for us.
night.
Right,
Yeah.
so on that note, we're going to end this broadcast. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. The development series is racing. I believe they're in the Xfinity series tomorrow. Don't hold me against that if I'm wrong, but definitely tune in for their racing tomorrow night. From everyone here at Giggity Racing League, thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow.